All right, yo. So we're dealing with terrorists in this country, Freemasons, the Illuminati, and them. Uh, the government is full of Freemasons. They have in other occultic societies, so it ain't just Freemasons. And they have a lot of individuals from the government level to street level, and they're working together but separately. And the master masons and stuff like that, they're they strive to be masters of deceptions. You see what I mean? Tricksters, magicians, they like to play tricks and stuff like that. Speak in ways, say things in ways, make it seem like if something is what it ain't, and what it ain't is what it is. You see what I mean? Like confusion and stuff like that. They're devil worshippers. Freemasons is the umbrella society for all Satanists in this country. They have higher ups they have higher ups above them and stuff like that. They're working together like with the Royal Kingdom, the Jesuits at the Vatican, the Catholic Church and stuff like that. Right now, they're trying to like use their energies to try to like sway me to speak a certain type of way. So the best way to beat them is by knowing that they can't do what they're portraying, what they're projecting at you. So the energies that they're using right now, I use it to expose them, but they also use excuses like, oh, he's letting us use it, so we're gonna keep using it. And then they act like if they lie and stuff like that. They go and say a bunch of lies, and if you're not there to just discredit it or to expose it, to you know what I'm saying, to expose it or to fight back, to defend yourself while they're saying the lies, it'll start feeling like if the energies that they're saying, they're speaking, the lies that they're speaking, that you're not you, and that why are you here if you are over there, and they'll point at someone else, or they'll just say over there and act like if you're not here and you're over there, and that why are you over there and you're not over here, but you're not you, because and they'll go off the rims or off the rails, speaking lies, saying it in ways like if you're not you, like if I'm not here. They've done it to me a lot of times, and I start to feel a certain type of way because their lies were successful. You see what I mean? I was careless, and I let it happen. They said their lies, and they don't only lie, like it's like just when you speak words, certain words, and they carry a certain type of energy. They can't do that. They can't speak and make happen. So what they do is they put together a bunch of things, like 9/11 was put together through a bunch of things like explosives in the building, actors, the news, what you call the CGI planes. Right now, they're trying to like they're sending energies right now to me, like trying to like overwhelm me with energy so that I could mess up on words. Right now, they did that shit like if they just send some kind of like negative energy based off lies and deceptions, like energy push. You see what I mean? Like they're trying to push a sensation of what they like if they want to create something out of nothing by sending that energy at me. You see what I mean? And it didn't work. Obviously, I'm still speaking, but they try to like sway me. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm speaking, because there's a lot of them. They're the army of Satan. They are the devil. There is no devil. They created the image of the devil. It's just a bunch of white people working together, pretty much. Jews, white people working together, and they don't want to get discovered and get eliminated. They don't want to. You see, right now they're acting like if it's a trick they got, and it's working right now. But I'm gonna delete it right now because I don't believe it. You see, so it goes away. So now they can't do that. So they go like this, and they'll start playing with their saliva and act like if it's me saliving and shit. Like if my saliva is acting, and they'll go like this and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then act like if I'm, they've done it to me. They'll do stuff like that and try to like pin it to me. and act like if like they've done it before, like, and they do some crazy shit like that to see if their energies start to project at me through their network. You see what I mean? They'll try to direct it to me through their indirect network. You see, because lies are indirect. They're devil worshippers, not necessarily devil worshippers. They are the devil in the sense that they emulate what the devil is like, what it's about. The enemy's pretty much amongst us, yeah. And so, like, as you know about the devil, it's about lies and deception. There's nothing good in there. So they emulate the sensation of the devil. Like if the devil is, like if it has forward motion of its own, they created the image of the devil to work inadvertently through so they could hide and act like if it's the devil and the people think, oh, the devil, this and that, but it's them. You see what I mean? Because they're the ones doing the stuff. You see what I mean? The tricks. They're the ones pulling off the tricks. They're the ones doing the things, the actions, the lies, the deceptions. They use Sony Studios, the movie producing studios at LA and stuff like that. That's where or some of these energies are coming from. So from the studios, like I said, they use technology. They can't do it the way a normal, natural people do it. So they gotta go and do it inadvertently through technology. You see what I mean? And since they're magicians and liars, and they like to be like, they strive to be masters. Hold up, I'm speaking a little bit off because of my. I'm gonna put this away. Hold up. Here, I just felt someone laughing right now and going like this, like, oh, he'll go away, he'll say stuff, and nobody will listen to. They're saying stuff right now to try to make that happen right now. That he'll go away. Oh, he's weak, his back is weak. They're saying it right now. They're saying things right now to make it to see if they can make it happen. I don't believe you. Your lies don't work with me. I know what you're doing. I know everything about you. I know your tricks. I know your lies. I know exactly how you do it. So like I told you before, they put together all these sounds, sensations, and they created at the Sony Studios and shit like that. And they'll speak, and they'll try to have it to the point where they speak, and all of it comes together. You see what I mean? But like a mystery, and they were trying to create it into reality where they say things and it happens, but not because they say so, but because they have a lot of things, objects, items, computers, or individuals that do it right now. They felt like something just went behind my head, and this the type of stuff that movies do, like the cinematic stuff, the movies, the CGI, the animations, the what I'm saying, the digital sensations, like what I'm saying, like this stuff is real. Look, they did 9/11 through CGI planes that look real. I'm sounding a certain type of way. I know how to speak perfect English, and your lies are not true. Your lies are lies, and they're not true. So they were saying things like, "Oh, he's just saying things. He'll go away. He's just saying things. Nobody will believe him." They're trying to make that a reality, the truth. They're trying not the because the lies are lies, and the truth is the truth. But they were trying to make their lies seem like if or have some kind of validity with others, so that when you watch my videos, this video right here, it feels like they'll give off the sensation that you shouldn't believe me. You see what I mean? Like if they're trying to brainwash people, because and they got to do it indirectly. So I'm making this video and they're saying things. You see what I mean? And they were trying to right now they're trying to make me forget that every word I'm speaking is this and that, and they'll say if I'm speaking and I won't be able to remember my talking points, and like they're speaking wishful thinking, lies, deceptions. They want it to come true because they say so, but they cannot do it because they're not like us. They're not real. All the evil stuff and wicked stuff think about it. They're 9/11. So think about what level they could be by now. After 9/11, they started telling people indirectly through movies and cartoons, and this is stuff that is not a conspiracy theory. This is stuff that has evidence, facts supporting what I'm telling you. They told us through movies and cartoons and stuff like that that they were gonna do 9/11, and they did it that way in a bunch of broken up ways because they can't tell us the truth. Imagine the enemy telling us that they were gonna do 9/11. Now they're trying to raise my attention by projecting a fake sensation of tension rising, like if my tension is rising, but it's them feeling like that. They're feeling tension, like they're feeling, and they're trying to project some of that stuff back to me. You see what I mean? I know exactly what they're up to. I know exactly what they're about. So I could tell you exactly what they're doing. So one of them is farting right now, and he's trying to redirect his fart to me right now. And look, I just burped right now, just to elaborate on the type of, you see, and it went away. I was about to fart right now, and it went away because I called it out. I burped instead. You see what I mean? So it didn't do one thing. It went to the other. You see what I mean? They're trying to play with reality through technology and stuff like that, lies and tricks. Like their lies, some of it happens. You know what I'm saying? But it happens if you don't know that it's happening. The moment you discover that, like, cause they start doing stuff and they be like, I told this. Hold up, confusion. I'm calling out exactly everything that represents the devil exposed. So it just went away. You see, I just unhinged from what they were doing right now, and I'm free. Now I could talk freely without their influence affecting me. You see, they're doing it. They were doing it in real time right now. You see what I mean? So they were putting a bunch of stuff together. They were using the Sony studio, not only Sony studio. They were using like Mark Wahlberg, the actor, because actors are not like, they're acting. They're acting. They're not about reality. When they're acting, they're not about reality. They're acting something that's not true. You see what I mean? Even if they're reenacting something that did happen, it's not reality. You see what I mean? Movies are not based on reality. You see what I mean? The moment you edit an image, is not the truth. It's not exactly as it's supposed. You see what I mean? So they like to play tricks, visual tricks, and verbal tricks through words. Like they can't do what I do. So what they do is they try to like act like if they have my abilities and do it in their ways, but they can't do it because it's not true. You see what I mean? So my abilities, like when I say stuff, because I know how to do it, when I say something, it happens. If I want it to happen, it happens. If it's something that should happen, it will happen. So what it is that weakness is, I'm not weak at all. You're weak, not me. You see what I mean? So I just called it out right now and it went away. They were trying to make my back weak, and that's exactly what it feels like. My back. They're trying, right? They're trying it again right now. You see, and it went away. You see how I unhinged again. I detached from the energy, and right there, the speech issues. I detached. I disconnected from the energy. You see, I wasn't being able to say energy. I was saying enemy. I was, well, from the enemy too. I was disconnected from the enemy's energies that were being projected at me. They would do it to the point where if you start to believe their lies, what they're projecting at you, because they start to project sensations through the phone at me and stuff like that. And there's times when I let it happen because I want to expose it. And they started doing a lot of different things and compiling, putting together a lot of different tricks that had effects on me, and they started to do it more and more and more, and different tricks and other tricks and new ones and new ones. And they was just literally have meetings, council meetings. Literally they'll talk about what direction they want, because they're liars and they want to go in the direction of becoming, in the direction of being able to do illusions in reality, like I don't know if you ever heard about Project Bluebeam. Project Bluebeam is about bringing out Jesus Christ, the fake image, because Jesus Christ is the fake messenger. So, and they created the image of Jesus Christ, believe it or not. Believe it or not, that's the truth. I used to be into religion until I found out how. So so they wanted to bring out Jesus Christ and deceive people to a larger scale, because Jesus Christ is not coming. So they wanted to do that through technology. They wanted to use technology to uh, give the illusion that Jesus Christ was here and he was going to be disappearing, like if he was a spirit, and he was going to be disappearing and talking to people within. And all the while, they were going to be putting voices in people's minds through the 5G towers and Wi-Fi. So they wasn't going to let people go off the radar. You see what I'm, and the people off the radar were going to be semi-safe, where they were going to be safe because they wasn't going to be around technology. And it's like when you go really far away from society and you spend like a week away or whatever, and you come back to yourself, and then before you come back, it's like you could see like, oh, yo, I'm going back to the city, and you know that, yo, I'm going back to the city. And the moment I go back, like you could feel that the moment you go back, there's a field created around the city or the town where you're going. The moment you go back to civilization and the, you know, the Wi-Fi and the energies that they created, the confusing energies that they created around the cities and towns and shit, like you feel it, you know that you're going back to that, and at a certain distance you could feel exactly where the fucking wall of energy that they created is, and exactly when you're going, and it's like, oh, he's coming, like they could feel someone about to enter the field of energy that they created around the town or city that you're going into. You see what I mean? This is stuff that a lot of people have found, you know, known about, learned. And when they come back to society, this civilization and stuff like that, they go back to the same, they you know, the enemy starts working on them real quick, and starts working around their ignorance, if they have any, or you know, if they're distracted driving and they're not paying attention and the enemy's there and they're not defending themselves properly, the enemy will start fucking with their minds again, little by little, until they'll start putting them into a brainwashed state of mind, if they let themselves. A lot of people don't. A lot of people just live their lives and they know that the enemy's there and that they're doing things, but a lot of people don't have it together as far as how they do it. How do the enemy do it? How do they create all these false notions that they're there, but they're not? They're saying, like, if they're watching you and they're right here and you feel like someone is here, and out of nowhere they disappear, and then out of nowhere you feel them behind your head and they're saying things and you hear voices, but it's like really elusive. They're elusive. They try to give off the energy, the perception of the devil. You see what I mean? Of a devil, like if a demon or you see what I'm saying? I'm saying in a certain type of way. That's how you feel, not me. And I know it. You see, I started to feel a certain type. I started to speak a certain type of way because I said certain things that they started to believe was giving them power enough to do it to me. You see, to do that to me, right there, what I just said. I said it, and they started to act like they could do it. It's like when you are, when someone says something and you start to believe that you could do it to them, or like if they, like someone says they're forgetful, and if you, like, the enemy's vindictive, what they would do is go and act like, yeah, like they'll believe it to themselves, like they can make that person forgetful or something like that. You see what I mean? And they'll try to use it against them, that they forget, and not only make them forgetful, make it selectively select. They could do, they've been able to do stuff like that. They did it to me during the course of this video, all up until now. You see what I mean? Like right now, look, agitation is one of the energies that I feel that they are directing at me, projecting at me. What else? Assertions, was another one, deceptions, lies, confusion. I erased the energies that represent the devil earlier. You see what I mean? And I was free. I was able to speak like myself. I'm still speaking like myself, but I was getting a little bit interrupted with my speech as I was speaking, as you saw in this video. And that's the enemy doing it. That's the enemy that are, you see, like Freemasons right now are, so Freemasons right now are in like their clubhouses, Freemason lodges and stuff like that, Illuminati, right? They just sent this the suggestion, the Illuminati too. Don't forget about the Illuminati. And if I tell you that the Illuminati is also doing it, because they probably did. They probably went from Freemasons to the Illuminati. You see what I mean? But they go and lie. They send suggestions at me. Hold up. Fantasy. They tried to put me, they projected the notion of a fantasy at me. Like if the Illuminati, they could do things, like they can't do shit. Your lies ain't true. And I know it. So anyways, you get my drift by now. And when I say drift, the enemy likes to take things out of context. They're watching me right now. They're surveilling me right now. Not watching, but they're surveilling. They're paying attention to me. I said watching me, so they go and act like they could see me. You see what I mean? They'll do it too. They'll go and act like they could see me. They take the like anything that they could out of context. If they think it serves them against me, that it could help them to do what they want with me. You see what I mean? So I said they're watching me, they're surveilling me. So that's what they're feeling like right now. They believing to the point where they think they know that they could do it at will. So I said it now, and they'll act like they could do it all the time. You see what I mean? Actors, liars, deceivers, and not right now. They were just playing with my saliva right now. Again, they were doing that saliva shit, but they were doing it slowly and gradually. So my saliva right now feels a little bit salivary or whatever the fuck, like slimy or whatever. You know, it's not slimy, but it feels like I have more saliva going through my mouth right now than usual because they were, and it's going away right now. The energy is disappearing. They're saying it too right now. The energy is starting to dissipate. So they like saying things in real time and try to make it seem like if what they're saying is happening. And they do it through their large army of Satanists, devil worshippers. You see what I mean? So we're dealing with terrorists. They're terrorists. They did 9/11 collectively. Look how they used the news to lie to the people, to the mass public, to the general public, to, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, a lot of, not even, they're not people, but a lot of individuals in the street, and now they was about to do one of these and see if they could do something, like if they could give their whatever they were working on more validity, more energy. So they go like this to see if their lies have more validity. You see what I mean? But anyways, but a lot of individuals amongst us were calling each other conspiracy theorists. They would, and you would try to explain that it was an inside job. They wouldn't believe you, and you would just spend hours or minutes or whatever explaining yourself. They're doing that saliva shit again right now. Who? Mark. Unhinged. You see, I just disconnected. Mark, some Freemason Mark. Mark Wahlberg. So they're using Mark Wahlberg. You see, I even feel more smoother now, more like myself. They were using Mark Wahlberg, like I guess they were trying to like, cause he's an actor, and through, you know, I guess he was trying to act like me or some shit. You see what I mean? They'll act like if he's me sometimes, like if they'll act like if my abilities are being stifled away meaning like if they're sneaking them away from me, but they're not. I still have my abilities, but they act like if my abilities are being stifled. So they gotta act like if they're being snuck away from me. Through they project a sensation of me. Like if sometimes I think, and they had it to the point where they could, you know, technology would emulate my thoughts, but inadvertently, I call it reversed reversed psychological images. Like I know exactly how they do it too. They go and project like this energy of confusion and it's based off confusion, lies, deceptions, and stuff like that. And they act like they're using Sony Cinematic Studios and stuff like that. And MCI, that's another thing that they came up with during the court. I just farted during the course of my targeting. And so like there were what you call it like if all these things are working together to create a solid sensation, like if what is being projected at me is true, and I know that it's not. So check this out. So they were using the reverse psychological images, mental images to like if my mind was being inverted, and like every time I thought I was having to struggle to think, but it wasn't that I had to struggle to think. It was that they were projecting the sensation, the notion, like if I was, like if I had to struggle, like if I had to, like if they had so many tricks that you can't, and they would keep saying things like, Julio, you know you can't mess with us, you can't beat us, and like they were trying to make me believe it. They're lies, and I would get mad and stuff. It was to the point where I wouldn't even get mad because I knew they were lying and stuff. But they would continue, like if I was letting them because I wasn't fighting them. So they would go from one to another. They would go whatever which way benefited them the most to have more validity with their lies and deceptions being projected at me. And the more they did with their lies and deceptions, they started to believe like if they were powerful because they were able to project that at me, and that because they were projecting that at me, they took it as some kind of permission that they could do it. You see what I mean? Like if I didn't fight back, that they could do it. But I know that I don't have to fight back. Hold up. My saliva. Who's doing it now? You see that now? I just had a little, like he said me when I was saying who's doing that now. Someone just said me when I was saying. So they'll wait for you to be distracted or not exactly in the know so that they can attack your mind and your subconscious. And I'm not talking about you. They can't do it to everyone, but they've done it to a lot of people. Like I told you, you come back to society and they start to fuck with you if you're clean. If you go like some things in the Bible are true. You go away, like they said, like Jesus used to go away from his people so he could, gather himself and stuff like that. You see what I mean? So just like that, like you could go away and clean yourself from their brainwashing, and you come back to yourself and you feel brand new, like yourself. And like right now, if I left somewhere really, really far, they wouldn't. You see, right now they're thinking satellites. The moment I thought about leaving and having some time to myself and stuff like that, cleaning myself, they thought about a satellite. You see what I mean? Like if they'll send a satellite a make believe satellite after me. Like if they'll project, but they know it won't work. They even said it before. It won't work. It's too far. It's not close enough because they can't do it unless they're nearby. That's why they wanted to grow with technology. And not only that, it's like they got to ask you for permission indirectly, inadvertently, by doing certain things and making you believe, like projecting lies at you and see if you believe that something's happening. And if you even remotely think about anything, they said it too right there when I said it, before I said it. So it's like they use that as a suggestion, like I told you earlier, and I just called it out, so the energy just vanished. It just completely disappeared right now because I called it out. They gave me that suggestion. It's a word that was already there and I could use it, but you see what I mean? They suggested that to me that because it's a good idea, it goes. But it not, don't necessarily go. I could have just said it another way. But and they act like they could just suggest something to me. Right now, they're trying to make me forget. But you get the point right now. We're dealing with liars and deceivers, like in that movie Ocean's 11, and they were working together but separately, and there were tricksters, magicians, and stuff like that. You see what I mean? So even if you don't watch this video, you know what I'm talking about. My side, it don't matter what type of brainwashing they got on you. I just deleted it. All of that shit is deleted. Now your belief And everything about you is back to where it's supposed to be. You're back to you. I just did that right now. I just made it happen by me saying it. I just deleted, I undid all of this stuff that the enemy were doing. You see, and now I'm having energy that is completely dominating, so submitting the enemy by me saying it with a certain type of attitude and substance, and you know what I'm saying? And now they're acting like they reversed it, like they inverted it. I don't believe you. It don't work. Your lies don't have any validity. Anyways, so yeah, like Ocean's 11, and they were working together, liars, deceivers, tricksters, magicians, and stuff, like working together. And they would go and do their lies and tricks from different places, and try to get the point across, try to get to the goal through lies and deception, lies, tricks, doing things that the individual wasn't aware of. If they knew that they were up to something, they wouldn't be doing it. They would get caught. You see what I mean? They would have got caught right then and there. You see what I mean? Mike Tyson, hold up. Oh, they're talking about how what I did earlier when Mike Tyson was fighting Jake earlier. I made the fight fair because Jake was saying things so he could beat Mike Tyson. He said a bunch of stuff, and he wanted to win based off him saying stuff. My back is not hurt that much. You don't have any power over me. That's one of the things that we're doing. So Jake wanted to beat Mike Tyson based off lies, or not even lies, him saying that he was gonna win, and not based off him beating Mike Tyson in the ring with the fist. You see what I mean? With the gloves. You see what I mean? And I made it fair. I made it a 1D, one on one, nobody helping them. And the moment I did that, Mike Tyson got unhinged, and you know what I'm saying? I'm certainly sure that he won, because I undid the energy, and he was just there like defending himself, because I had told Mike Tyson that he was gonna say things before the fight happened, because I knew that Jake was gonna say things before the fight happened, so that he could try to win the fight by saying things, and not him winning in fair. You see what I mean? So that's one of the things that I did earlier while the fight was going on, and they were just talking about it right now. They were just saying how Mike Tyson was saying some things that were relative to me, how I was telling him how I did that, and I made it fair. I made the fight fair between them, and that Jake couldn't do the stuff that he wanted to do because I made it fair. I dissipated the energies that he created, that he wanted to win, that he was trying to win by saying things. And Mike Tyson went in there. He just wanted to fight and beat him with the gloves. You know what I'm saying? Fairly. But Jake wanted to win by saying a trickster. Yeah, a fucking trickster. Exactly. You see what I mean? A lot of people in society, they're the enemy. They're tricksters, just like the Ocean's 11. You see what I mean? Like it was a trick, just like at Ocean's 11. Just like in the movie Ocean's 11, my back is starting to hurt a little bit. I had a spine surgery, so it does hurt a little bit, but not as much as I'm feeling right now. You see, and right there, it just went away. Some of the pain that they started to generate within me by them saying things. They were doing it through kinetic energies. Let me see, kinetic energies? Maybe not. But since I said that, they'll act like they could use kinetic energies now to because I undid everything earlier while I was watching a movie, and I farted again. They made me fart again and again, and it's not me. That's not me farting. I wasn't defending myself. So what you call it? So so they act like they could do it again. I undid all of that stuff earlier. You guys had a moment of clarity earlier. Let me see. It's like 2 in the morning now on a Friday now. Friday, 2 in the morning after 12 midnight, and I was watching the movie around 1 a.m. Flash, and while watching the movie, since Wonder Woman, the lasso of truth and stuff like that, it's, you know, it started to relate to the truth. The last, I was just thinking to my, and the energies that they had before dissipated completely. Because I, you know what I'm saying, I was into the movie, and I started, I completely erased them by knowing that they couldn't do the stuff that they were projecting. You see what I mean? So, anyways, I told you guys enough for now. I mean, not enough, but I told you guys a lot of information in this video. They're trying to use my pain as some kind of crutch to work inadvertently through. Like, if because I'm having a little bit of pain, you see, I wasn't speaking with all the strength that I normally would. Like, if you watch my videos from the moment I moved to this house about a year, more than a year and a half ago to now, I was sounding with more energy sometimes, and then I started to slow down because the enemy were targeting me more heavily during the course of my stay in this house. I bought this house, and I hurt my back unloading the stuff from the truck, and I already had my back hurt, so I had a back problem already. So right there, to try to put more fake pain inside of my back right now. That's what it is. He just said, I think he said, well, that's what it is. And when he said that, he said it knowing that he wanted me to feel pain so that they could have an advantage. The enemy are extremely cowardly, pussy. You see, the word pussy was projected before I even told you it. They're trying to manipulate that through technology. You see what I mean? And there's, I think, spiritual ways. Not even, I said they're not people, so they don't have it. Anyways, so the enemies amongst us, and we gotta eliminate them, yo. 36 minutes into this video, almost 37 now. Subscribe to my channel and leave a like. I shouldn't have to tell you guys that. The enemy won't be successful at keeping people away from my video, and if they are being successful at it, then now you know. So now you know.